morning guys from Manila, Philippines, or more exactly Makati, Philippines. Makati is a city in the metropolitan area of Manila. You may also call it part of Manila. This is the more modern part of the city, and this is where we'll be walking through right now, going to the metro. I think it's a new thing here, and we'll take the metro to the old part of the city, old part of Manila. Okay, let's go. And now in this video I want to show you what it's like. Makati, these 3-4 kilometers that we'll be walking from here to get to the metro. It's an early morning, not very busy, but still very loud. Some cars are super loud here, especially the local public transportation called jeepney. Jeepneys are extremely loud. I don't see any at the moment, but there are lots of them. And this is also will be the very first time for us to go in that direction. This is more or less the furthest that we have been so far. It's funny or strange as it may sound, but this pharmacy, Mercury, is the best shop, grocery kind of shop that I have been to. I have seen a few others, but Mercury looks better for groceries too, not only for medicine. Okay, and I think this is the furthest we have been to so far. You can see that this is a touristic area. When you see kebab shops, tour agencies, stuff like that. One more thing that I would like to add about this part of Manila, about Makati, is that Makati is one of those places where you actually have to go into these smaller streets, smaller alleys, because if you don't go, it may look more rough, simple than it actually is. Inside these streets there are nice cafes, nice bars, nice places, probably also some not nice places, but there is lots of things to find inside. You have to go in to find more here. Oh, nice skyscrapers. Here it is, the famous jeepney, the loudest mode of transportation on the streets of Manila. What do you think? The loudest one?
Yeah, probably, and they're also the most colorful one.
Yeah, funny looking, at least at the very beginning once you arrive to the Philippines. I haven't seen transport like this anywhere else in the world. I really like to see bicycles here on the streets of Manila. It's actually a rare thing to see bicycles on the streets of big cities in Asia. And if you see, usually these are cheap and simple bicycles, but here in Manila, in Makati, I see quite a lot of nice bikes, and there are also bike lanes. Look, this I think is a bike lane. Cool, that means most likely there are people using them. It's not just me thinking that there are quite a lot of them. I have been to Manila before, and this is my second time, and there are two things that I remember from the first visit. One was traffic, this was the first time in Asia. And back then I had already been to India a lot, and Nepal, and Indonesia. And this was the first time when I was thinking that traffic is just too crazy in that place where I was staying, somewhere on the outskirts of Makati. Yeah, I was thinking that the traffic is too crazy, and I decided on a few occasions not to go to a restaurant but to order takeaway. That's the one thing that I remember. And the second thing was that this also was the first time when I thought, no, I think I'm not eating that street food, and that street food, and that street food didn't look appealing to me. Speaking of traffic, it seems okay. Speaking of food, I kinda feel very similar this time so far as well. Let's see how things change as we spend more time in Manila and more time in the Philippines. That time I ended up eating at Jollibee. I was eating spaghetti. Jollibee is a fast food restaurant here, kind of McDonald's, but they have also things like spaghetti. Actually, many places here have spaghetti. Here, look, a nice bicycle. You don't see those too much in Bangkok, for example. And another interesting thing about that time was that I came to Manila on a super cheap flight. The total cost for me to go from Latvia in Europe to Manila was less than $200. I took several flights going from Latvia to the Netherlands, then to Bulgaria, then to Dubai. From Dubai I took a Cebu Pacific flight to Manila, and from Manila I had a 40-30 euro dollar flight to Bali. Yep, things like this existed back then. Still possible now with some planning, booking in advance, or just luck or promotion. It looks okay. Looks very okay here. Nice. Better than it was back then. Better in a way that it's more clean and wider streets, but at the same time there are less of shops and restaurants here. There were more back then, back there. In the area where I started this video, on the side of the city of Makati. More and more tall buildings ahead of us. In these last 3 kilometers, I have a feeling that I have walked through 3 different cities. At first it was like, I don't know, like Cairo in Egypt, where modern skyscrapers meet simpler buildings and shacks. Then the middle part, the bigger part, was like a... Hello. Then the bigger part was, the middle part was more like America in New York, Manhattan. Tall skyscrapers, impressive, shiny, polished. And then this part, which also looks kind of like America, but then more low rise. That's very, very interesting. And look what they have at McDonald's. Chicken McDo. Much malaki, much juicier, much crispier. Much confusing. What is malaki? And the metro, I think, is here. I think it is here. English, single journey, United Nations, 20 peso person. Confirm. 2 tickets. Okay, 40 peso. I have 500. I have 50. Easy. For a moment we thought that we have entered a women's train, and that's why on the next stop we even got out to go to the next train, and there again only women on the train. Interesting. Right now we have come to Intramuros, an area called Intramuros. It's kind of like the old town of Manila, and this is where I will end this video. See you soon. Still from the Philippines.